And welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is day 14 of VEDA, Video Every Day in April. And today we're going to revisit one of the over 2,000 books that I have read, do some fun questions, and today we're going to talk about opposites attract in my recommendations. As I said, this is day number 14. If you haven't been here, if this is the first one that you are catching, Video Every Day in April, aka VEDA, is something that I do every year. And this year's format, I'm going to be revisiting one of the over 2,000 books that I have read. I put all of the titles for those books starting in 2012 and a name randomizer. However, that name randomizer did not have a second side to it. So I now have to guess and see if my memory serves me in knowing what authors actually wrote these books. Then I have some fun questions that I'm going to ask to get some viewer participation. Let's start some conversation down in the comment section. So feel free to answer the questions. And then for today, I'm going to give you guys two books that I think fit the category of opposites attract as book recommendations. So let's jump into today's book that I will be revisiting. It is called Darkwood Manor. It is part of the Harlequin Intrigue line. I think this was my first book by Lauren Smith. I could be wrong with that. But I do remember that this is a book about a PhD student that goes to this beautiful castle and is learning about that, finds out that she has some family history. The castle is supposedly cursed, and some mysterious things are going on. I believe this may have been one of the first Harlequin Intrigue line books that I started to read. And I think I read it for a readathon of some sort. So let's go on over to my Goodreads and see how much of that if I was correct in any of that thought. Well, it just comes to show you, if I don't have my book journal in front of me, I get things all sorts of wrong. So I was not correct in saying that the author was Lauren Smith. The author is actually Jenna Ryan. It is still part of the Harlequin Intrigue line. So I kind of got that one right, but that was kind of given to me through the randomizer. I gave this book 4 stars. Let's find out what it was about, because it definitely, just skimming while this was coming up, yeah, it wasn't what I said. So this book is an estate haunted by over 100 years of tragedy, and Donovan Black stood at the heart of it. Like Darkwood Manor, Donovan was an utter mystery. An FBI sharpshooter who couldn't break away from his past. He only wanted to make sure that history didn't repeat itself, especially now that the manor had a lovely new owner. Oh my goodness, I was so wrong. So it looks like I read this in 2020, and it was for a readathon. I had instituted my Steam fans, so I gave it 4 full stars, gave it 2 Steam fans. You can find my video review for this in week 40, September the 27th through October the 3rd. I read this for the Kindle Clear Out readathon vlog. So there's a vlog for it, as well as wrapped up in that weekly wrap up. So hope you'll take a chance on that. It looks like I enjoyed it. I listened to it as an audiobook. So me and audiobooks get down like no other. Alrighty, let's go on to our first question from Pod Deck. And it is, if peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called? I don't poop. I mean, it's the color of poop. It's poop cream. I don't know. No, we couldn't be poop. So little fact about me, I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter. I don't particularly like the smell of it. I don't particularly like the taste of it, but there are some moments where I crave peanut butter, like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a Reese cup or something like that. I do. It's not, I don't think it's peanuts, it's themselves, because I love me some paydays, but I think it's like the creamy peanut butterness of it. And it could have been that I was forced to eat peanut butter when I was younger, um, because that's what we had to eat. And that government peanut butter was all natural. So if it sat around for too long, it had oil in it and things like that. So yeah, maybe I was traumatized by peanut butter, which is why I don't particularly care for it these days. But yeah, that I don't know what we would call it if it wasn't peanut butter. The next question is, what would be the absolute worst name you could give your child? Oh my goodness. So when we were naming our child, I had like most little girls wanting to have kids, had like lists and things like that. But then when you become pregnant, it's weird because you really kind of just, you want to see what this little human is like. We ended up naming our child after my father and my husband's grandfather, so it has that sentimental meaning to it. But if we were to have like another kid, which we're not going to, I would, I think I would have a really hard time naming. The absolute worst are those names that can't be pronounced without like some serious like thought process, or that's spelled in a ridiculous way that you're just like, is that really the name? Like, I know there's this like ongoing joke that like we've seen, it's like L dash A or something like that. And I've seen the joke go around a couple times, but it's like L-A, and that's the name that's written on the board for this little girl. And then the teacher or something like that is like, oh, L-A. And it's like, no, it's Ladashia. And it's just like, I have always been in the thought process of, if you were going to name a child, make it something that's going to look good on a letterhead, on a door frame, up in lights, things like that. So yeah, that's where I fall. I'm not a big fan of wild, crazy names. So yeah, that's me. All right, opposites attract. I had a bit of a hard time figuring this one out, so I had to go to some of the online lists and then pick out two books that I have actually read that ended up on an opposites attract list. And the first book that I'm going to tell you guys to go check out is The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare. Tessa Dare. Wow. This has been one of the very handful of historical romances that I actually enjoyed. We have a man that needs to give payment for a dress that he had procured for his supposed duchess, what have you, and then come to find out they didn't get married, but he doesn't want to give payment for this dress, and the dressmaker's like, no, you're going to give me payment for this. And he's like, okay, well then let's get married or what have you. And the links that she makes him jump through was so funny. But I think their initial meet cute of her stomping in like, I need payment for this dress. I don't care that you're not going to use it. You had me make this dress and now I want payment for it. I loved that meet cute. I thought it was great. The next book I'm going to tell you to go check out is The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. I loved the concept of bed sharing without sharing the bed. And the fact that their meet cute comes about 50% into the book, and it is them running into each other naked in the hallway, gave me very much the proposal vibes from with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. I loved that story, loved that movie, really enjoyed this story. I loved that Leon in the Flatshare was so hell-bent on, being part of his brother's life, even though the brother's sort of part of the story doesn't come in until later. I enjoyed that part a little bit more. I loved that they were very much opposite, one's nights, one's days, and communicating through post-it notes and things like that. I really enjoyed that. So those are my 2 recommendations for Opposites Attract. Was that really the definition? I don't know. I picked it off the list. So, I've read those books and I've enjoyed those books, and I think more people should talk and read those books. So let me know down in the comment section if you have read any of those books. What are your answers to the worst child name that you can think of, and what would you call peanut butter if it wasn't called peanut butter? Things like that. Drop some Opposite Attract books down there as well. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. My PayPal, my Patreon, and all my other socials are down in the description box as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in tomorrow's video.